back. I know it has been a long time since I have filmed an update. The holidays are always just so busy with our families and everything, so I've been meaning to film an update for a while. I did do a little video before I had my lab work done, so we're gonna go ahead and insert that here. Alright, so I totally look like crap today, and I think I've got like a sinus infection going on, so I'm getting blood work done today for my labs, obviously lab work, blood work, whatever, and I'm going to a new center to have my blood work done. So like I normally go to the hospital to have my blood work done, just because it's so much easier. You don't need an appointment, you just walk in, check in, they do it, whatever. Well, when my husband got a new position, his insurance changed. The same company, it's just the plan changed. So like what used to be only $5 to have blood work done at the hospital ended up being $50. So he got that position August. He started August after Stella was born. So almost a year and a half he's had this plan. So his company that he works for actually has like a family health center, and they do lab work for $15. So instead of paying $50 for lab work, I'm actually gonna go check this place out and see how the service is for the $15. The only thing about this place, you have to have an appointment. So I can't just, leave work when it's convenient and go get lab work done. I actually have to have an appointment this morning. Got into work, rush. So yeah, we shall see how this place is. And so my appointment's next Thursday, so I will have my results then, I'm sure. But I'm not sure if they'll fax these results to her, if they'll email them to her. I don't know how any of this works. They don't like bill your insurance because it's through the company. So it's just a $15 fee, so I'm not sure. So we'll even see if my doctor even gets my lab work. So this should be interesting. Okay, so my appointment was at 9:20. It's 9:22 and I am out of there. That was actually super quick, super convenient, $15. They don't send you any other type of bills or anything like that. And the guy was actually a really good lab tech. Like, I didn't even feel when he stuck the needle in, and I have had plenty of different people stick my arm before, so he's actually really good. Good experience. I would definitely come back for sure. I asked about as far as like them sending my results. They said it's automatic fax. As soon as the results are done, they automatically fax them to the doctor, and that should be by end of day tomorrow. But I am going to call my doctor's office next Wednesday, because my appointment's Thursday, and just ask them to make sure that they did get the results. So if there is any issues, I can call here and just ask them to resend them. So it's actually a really good experience. Yay for that. Alright guys, I'll give you an update next week once my appointment is all done. Bye. And now I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know how that appointment went. So I had my lab work done a week before my appointment. My appointment was the 14th, so I had lab work done probably around the 9th or the 8th, whenever, a week beforehand. So I went ahead and went to my appointment, and as of now, my levels are normal. My TSH is like finally like 1 point something, so it is up there more and more normal. I'm still on 35 milligrams of methimazole. And my endocrinologist talked about maybe backing down to 30, but she wants to go ahead and keep it at 35 just to kind of push my TSH levels a little bit more normal, or higher number, whatever the case. My free T3 and free T4 are almost too slow. So it's kind of a really challenging balancing act at this point. I do feel more tired, which is probably because those numbers are more so on the hypo side versus more normal or hyper. So it's tough, especially when your TSH is a big pain in the rear and doesn't want to cooperate with the rest of your levels that have to do with your thyroid. It's frustrating. So anyway, so my levels are normal at this point in time, or they were in December. Again, I'm still on 35 milligrams methimazole. I go back and see her in March, I believe. So I'll have an update then as far as what my levels are looking like. But finally normal as of right now. Diet-wise, of course, gained weight over the holidays, and you know, the levels being a little bit slower and being on the high dose of methimazole, you tend to gain a little bit of weight. I think I put on 5 pounds over the holidays, which I've now lost. My husband and I are doing Whole30 at this point in the ball game. It has worked for us as far as losing weight. It makes us feel, you know, a little bit more healthy, better about ourselves, that, you know, we are eating good food and putting good food into our bodies. Our child, on the other hand, who is picky, and I'll get to all her stats and stuff in a minute, is still eating chicken nuggets and basically whatever we can get her to eat, because she has just that toddler appetite of, I'm going to eat this and this alone, and that is it. I don't want anything else. So anyways, I'll get to that in a minute. But we are trying to eat healthier and just start out the new year on a good foot. So everything is good. But if you're keeping track, my thyroid levels were normal while I was pregnant for the most part. Right, I think the last month my levels were hyper. And I stopped putting on weight. I wasn't losing weight, but I really kind of, my last like 3 or 4 appointments that last month of pregnancy, I didn't put on any more weight, which I mean was kind of fine with me, but also my levels were hyper and I couldn't take a higher dose of the methimazole because we didn't want it to affect her, which again, that's, if you've watched past videos, you know breastfeeding didn't work out because my milk supply kind of died off as my thyroid levels went more hyper. But it took me 18 months to get normal thyroid levels after having my daughter. So that was kind of a struggle, you know, for years, 2 years pretty much. 2 years? Yeah, 2 years it took me to get normal thyroid levels and then get pregnant, normal all the way up until the end, and then hyper for 18 months after having her. So it definitely takes my thyroid a long time to get back into the normal range without that high dose of anti-thyroid drugs. So it's just crazy. Everybody's body's different. My endocrinologist calls my thyroid the Energizer Bunny because it just never stops. It just keeps going and going. So that is pretty much it for me. I do want to go ahead and give an update on Stella. Tomorrow she'll be 20 months old. Time is flying by. I can't believe her 2nd birthday is coming up in just 4 short months. It's gonna be here, and it's crazy. We're already planning for that. I know I did a 16-month update on her. She was walking. She has lots of words that she says. As far as her stats go, for her 18-month appointment, which was mid-December, so she was like 18 and a half months at that point. She was 25 pounds, which I think she was heavier than that. And then she got sick the week before that appointment, and she like did not want to eat or anything. So I think she might have lost a pound before that appointment, but she was about 25 pounds at that appointment. 60th percentile. And then for her height, girl is still super, super tall. She was 33 and a half inches tall. So she is growing like a weed, and I know she's taller than that now. She's probably hit 34, if not 34 and a half. Her foot size is ginormous. I don't know who she gets it from. I'm 5'4", my foot is like a size 7.5, size 8, depending on the shoe. My husband, I mean, he's 6'1" basically, and his shoe size is a 12, which is pretty average, I think, for a guy that tall. But her shoe size, she's wearing a 7.5 right now, and her feet are ginormous. As she came out, that's like one of the first things the doctor and the nurse said was, oh my gosh, look at her hands and look at her feet, they're huge. I say it every time, I feel like, but she is going to be so tall. I have a feeling she's probably going to tower over me by 5, if not 6 inches, because of how big her feet are, and they're not slowing down. Before we went on vacation Thanksgiving week, we bought her a size 6.5 size shoe, and we just had to go buy the 7.5 2 weeks ago. So that a 6.5 lasted her a month and a half, not even quite 2 months. It's just crazy. Her foot is ginormous. I'm hoping the 7.5s last her at least a few more months because she is going through some shoes. It is crazy. Let me see, as far as word-wise, she does have a vocabulary, and it is getting larger and larger every week. Of course, you know, she had all the Mama Dada, Hey Dog, Dog. Tickle Tickle is still one of her favorites. She was tickling my elbow this morning and saying, tickle, tickle. Let me see, what are some new ones? She does say bless you if you sneeze. Her new favorite word is fish. Fish. We have a projector in her room, and the slide is like fish and octopus and stuff on it. We usually don't turn it on, but there was just one night I let her push the button to turn the sound on, and she hit the projector instead, and the light came on and she was so excited about it, and I said, oh, do you see the fish? And she picked up fish, and that is her new favorite thing. Took her into PetSmart, let her see the fish in there, all the fish tanks, and she was going, fish, fish. So today, earlier we went to our living museum here close by, and she's in there taking in all the fish. There's a fish tank right behind the counter as you come in, and she's going, fish, fish, fish. She's just so excited over fish. I talked to my husband about getting a fish tank, and he said no, absolutely not, because we had fish when we first got married. I don't even think we were married yet. I think we might have been engaged in our apartment, and we had a fish tank because we were like, oh yeah. Well, I think what had happened was I won a goldfish at our little county fair that we have, and we had to get a tank or something for it. That died, and then we decided to get some tetras, some guppies, whatever. And then they didn't last very long either. We apparently are not fish people. We can keep them alive. We did have a betta for a while though. But yeah, she's obsessed with them. So we took her to the living museum, let her check them out, see all the fish. She loved it. What else? She says, oh girl. So whenever she puts on sunglasses or a necklace or something, my response to her for doing that is, oh girl. I say, you're fancy. And so she knows the ooh girl, so she'll put on sunglasses, she'll hold them up to her face, and she goes, ooh girl. It's so cute, so adorable. I love it. She knows Bubbles because she absolutely loves Bubbles. My dad blows Bubbles for her almost every day that she's over there. She's obsessed. She knows when you hold the camera up to take a picture of her, she goes cheese, because she knows that she's getting her picture taken. Plus I say cheese every time I go to take a picture of her, which is quite often. She says ow, she says whoa. That was another thing at the museum today. She would see something after fish, it would be whoa, whoa. So she loves it. Again, that's pretty much all the updates that I have. She still loves books. I think I talked about that in the last video. If I didn't, she is obsessed with books and loves to look at books and be read to, and it just makes me so happy because I love books. So I hope she keeps that passion with her for a long, long time. That is pretty much it. I'm hoping to have another updated video about my levels come March, and then we will have a second birthday video coming up after that. And we do have some footage from Disney World, and we plan on sharing that in a video here soon. So that is all for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.